Hey YouTube, Bob here. Welcome to another edition of Nintendo Unboxed. And the kind of unboxing this is going to be for you is going to depend on how soon after the initial publication date of this video you're watching the video. So if it's right away, it's going to be billed as a mystery unboxing, because as you can see I have the Amazon box here. But if you're watching it well after the original publication date, well, you've already seen what it is in the title, and you're here to actually see the unboxing of the product itself. So without further ado, let's get to it. Slice open each end here. And I should be cutting away from myself, so why don't I demonstrate that? That's the best. Always cut away from yourself. Get a little start here. There we go. And then it should just rip. So, welcome to it. It is none other than the Game & Watch to commemorate the anniversary of Super Mario Brothers. And wow, this is actually some cool packaging here. There's a transparent slipcover that appears to have some elements of the Super Mario Brothers game on it that kind of fit into their appropriate spot on the actual cardboard box. So if I can slide it either way. No, not yet. There may be a seal that I have to break, so we'll get to that and then see how the overlay actually plays together with the actual packaging of the box. So let's take a look. Color screen, Game & Watch, Super Mario Brothers. And as you may or may not know, the Game & Watch was one of Nintendo's first video game products. Second only to... Actually, no, I got to check my history on that. I'll put a little subtitle there on the screen here as to what came first. I can't remember if the TV game series came before Game & Watch or if it was Game & Watch that was first. I have a feeling it was the TV game series, but I'll check my facts and then definitely put that on the screen for you. But this is one of Nintendo's first video game products. Obviously not color screen necessarily like this one is going to have, but there were lots of different configurations of these. And I actually have a couple that we'll take a look at. Alright, so this first one that I have here is the actual Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch that was released in 1988. So this is a later one, obviously after Nintendo gained popularity with Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo Entertainment System. But as you can see, there are some color elements to the screen here, but that's just a plastic overlay. The actual graphics are monochromatic because they are just LCD. So we can't see the graphics, unfortunately, because I've taken the batteries out here. You can see the type of batteries that it would run on. And this one is interesting in that it actually has a little stand that you can open up and then actually display the Game & Watch like that. So that's neat. And speaking of Game & Watch, you've got some buttons here for watch or clock functions. You got an alarm you could set. Got the time, and then the button to actually start the game that says game. And when you do want to play the game, you've got a controller button here that is actually buttons, not a D-pad necessarily. And then you've got a jump button. So very simplistic. And this does make some beeps and bloops and some sound effects that are very typical of early video games. And the next one I have here has a copyright date of 1982, so about 6 years prior to the Super Mario Brothers one that I just showed you. So if you take a look at the back here, we have a similar setup with the batteries. But what is very different about this one versus the one I just showed you was it's a flip top, kind of like a Nintendo DS style. And again, we have the color elements with the plastic overlay, but the graphics themselves are actually monochromatic LCD. And it's kind of interesting that even though this one predated the Super Mario Brothers one by about 6 years, it actually has more of a proper D-pad on it, called a controller. And then you still have your singular jump button there, and then your buttons to operate the clock functions. But this one is Donkey Kong from 1982. And then the next one I have here actually came after the Super Mario Brothers one. This one has a date of 1989, so just a year after that one. Very similar situation on the back here, same type of batteries that it uses, and this one again is a flip open one. We've got our D-pad, and our action or attack button this time, and then our controls for the clock or alarm. You can see the top screen was meant to be your inventory, and then the bottom was where all the action happened. And then this final one represents a very different style of Game & Watch. I don't even have it out of the package here. This one was for Punch-Out, and as you can see, it's quite different because it has detachable controllers that are wired. So it actually has a two-player feature to it. It's hinged at the bottom there. That's where you open it up and get the wired controllers out. And then on the back of the packaging here, this one shows several different configurations of the Game & Watch. Got the standard one, like the Super Mario Brothers that I showed you. The flip-top one, like the Donkey Kong one that we saw. Sometimes they even flipped open in different ways, like a book, like this Mario Brothers one. And then here's the style of the Punch-Out one that I have here. So anyway, I just wanted to go into a little bit of a different style, so we had a background of Game & Watch before I actually unboxed this one here, which as you can see is definitely mimicking the original style of the Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch. However, with a very different color scheme, which is meant to mimic that of the Famicom controller. Got that maroon and gold color scheme going on there. So unlike this one though that has only one jump button, I'm seeing right away a B and an A button because we definitely need to be able to run and jump and attack in Super Mario Brothers. So let's see what we have on other sides of it. Got a bullet bill there on the plastic overlay, Super Mario Brothers with Lakitu and a green Koopa Paratroopa. And then on the back, Game & Watch. Looks like there's several games rolled into this one perhaps, or maybe it's advertising separate ones. I have a feeling, slash I hope, these are all in one here. I haven't done a whole lot of research on this yet to know it's actually included in it, but got Super Mario Brothers, looks like we got the Lost Levels, and then the original, I believe that Ball was the very first Game & Watch that Nintendo ever put out. And then of course you've got your Time, which is the second part of the name here in Game & Watch. So there isn't really a whole lot of description on here. All the text is just warnings, so it doesn't describe the product outside of the graphics here, but we do have Bowser on the plastic overlay. And speaking of which, let's try to figure out how to take the plastic overlay off. You have to make a decision here about what's the best way to open it. I think we'll match the way that you're supposed to open the actual box here. We'll do it where this little cutout is. So I'll take my knife. Make sure I'm in just the plastic portion, not the box. That's a little bit harder than it looks. There we go. Now we're just in the plastic. And there we go. Opened up the plastic. Now it's separate from the box, and will it slide out now? Ah yes, but it's also still attached at this side. Let's see if I can get that off easily. There we go, I got that off, so I will just fold this over here, and then we can get... actually let's take a look at the plastic overlay. You can see how those color elements that kind of play together with the actual packaging here. You can see the newer Super Mario Brothers edition here is covering up the original version of Ball, which if we look at the back, it looks like they may have updated the graphics. I bet they give you the option to play the original style with the black and white or monochromatic LCD graphics, or some new updated graphics. So without further ado, let's open that up. Oh, now hang on one second. Another nice little Nintendo touch. That's pretty cool. You got Bowser right there, but then when you slide it out, you see that Toadstool and the princess are actually hiding in the bricks there behind Bowser. So that's pretty neato. Alright, let's open this up here. I'm going to use my flat edge just so I don't damage the box. Looks like Nintendo has put a message on here for us. All these little nice touches, like an original model number here, but it looks like it's commemorating the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers, not necessarily a legit model number, because all the original Game & Watches did have model numbers. Special thanks to you. Thank you, Nintendo. Alright, open up here, pull the little tab. Looks like we got a USB charging cable, and oh my goodness, it's USB-C. Very nice. I think with the Switch, Nintendo made the full commitment to USB-C in its products, which is nice to see. So we've got a user guide here, tells you how to charge it, and let's see if it has instructions for the games as well. Doesn't really look like it. This is just all warranty and warnings and how to charge, and yeah, in 3 languages. Nice touch here though is they have a little illustration. In all the older Nintendo manuals, particularly in the Japanese ones, they had illustrations. So that's kind of a throwback to that. Pretty neat. Alright, so here's the USB cable. Looks to be very similar, if not identical, to the one that came with Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, although maybe it's a little bit shorter. So you got a USB-C charging cable, and then the package itself. How are we going to open this? Looks like that comes up, lifts up on the Game & Watch. I'll let gravity help us a little bit. Or not. A lot of friction there with this foam padding. If we take it out, voila. Very nice aesthetic to it, very shiny. That maroon plastic is very shiny. We got on the left side here, that looks to be a speaker for the sound. On the right side we got a power button and then the USB-C port for charging. And the battery, I guess, is an internal lithium, so there's no little tab to pull to make the batteries make contact here. So let's see if I can figure out how to work it, being a 40-year-old now. And there we go. Yep, very cool, very bright screen, very high resolution for what this is. So press time button. Alright, I will follow along here. I'm going to push the time button. 12 o'clock. That's certainly not what time it is. My clock is telling me that it is 11:51 in the morning. So we're close. If we wait 9 minutes, it will be 12 o'clock. What do? Do I hit up, down to change it? Pause or set? Alright, well that's how to do volume and brightness. And then we'll go down to set time. What do we do? Do we hit A? Yes, we do. Okay, so we'll go down to 11, and then what I say now, it's 11:52. There we go. So do I hit A again? I do. All right, easy enough. Very intuitive, even for a 40-year-old. Okay, so let's hit the game button. Yeah, simple way to select the games, and you do get all 3 here. It's not like that new mini Game Gear thing that Sega has put out where you have to buy 3 or 4 of them to get all the games, so that's nice. Well, I'm going to stick with what I know. I'm going to go with the original Super Mario Brothers. Looking nice here. The volume was there. No, you got to go into the menu. I think you got to hit pause, set. Yeah, that's how you. I'm going to crank the volume all the way up just so we can hear it. So here we go. Start? No. Game? No. A? Yes. Alright, we're using A now. Used to be start, by the way. Alright, fairly loud. That single speaker right there. Can feel the vibration. Oh, that's pretty spot on. I usually don't like remakes of games because the controller feels just a little bit different. I hate playing this game on the Switch, especially because there's a little bit of input lag. But this is pretty much spot on. And the aspect ratio looks nice too. Color's good. This is actually pretty nice. I'm pleasantly surprised. It's pretty much exactly what I would expect. The only thing I would wish, and I understand why they didn't do this, because I think they're trying to maintain the aesthetic, is I wish they would have angled the buttons here. I wish they would have put the B button kind of up here, a little bit diagonally up and to the left of the A button, because the way your thumb naturally sits on it is diagonally like this. So it'd be nice to have B and then just kind of, move your finger down or your thumb down like that to hit the A button to jump, just like the Super Nintendo with the Y and B buttons. Originally, but this works too. You just got to be a little bit more sideways with your thumb than diagonal. So let's go back to Oh, and by the way, when you get this out of the box, it looks like you get about half the battery before you need to charge. And of course, I'm sure if you lower the volume and lower the brightness, you'll save some battery there. But let's see here. Pause, set, we'll go back to game, and we'll see ball. Game and watch. You got game A and game B. So it looks like A and B shift his hands. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see. So it's like juggling. This is actually perfect for LCD because of the way the different cells light up here. But this is a good example of what the LCD graphics would have looked like. So that's the very simplistic ball game. That was game A. What's game B? Oh gosh, it's 3 balls. Okay. Alright, well before I embarrass myself, I'm going to hit that and try to figure out how to turn it off, which I assume is the power button again, holding it down for... No? Ah, okay, yeah, it took about 3 to 5 seconds. But anyway, that is the 35th anniversary edition of Game & Watch for Super Mario Brothers. It comes with 3 games. A little disappointed to see that they didn't go as far as to include the little display arm right there so that you could stand it up like the original, but still a very nice product. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, you guys take care. See you later. Bye-bye.